Chris,
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Great film. Talk about setting the bar. Holy shit.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
it's wild for me to be blown away with someone, it's a feature debut for you.
Yeah.
I with Fantastic Fest, especially, I like to go into these films blind. And this film, it really set the bar, man. And I'm officially a fan. Like this is
Wow.
it's really cool. Like I got like a Coen Brothers vibe, a little Tarantino.
Oh, right
Um,
on.
reminded me of Go.
They're there.
I don't know if you've heard of that
Okay.
film,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Goat's great.
and speaking of which, this film, anthology style narrative, multiple intersecting storylines. What drew you to that structure, and what challenges did it present compared to like a traditional linear approach?
Yeah. Well, I would say what drew me to it is just like the films that I love. So I grew up early on, Coen Brothers, Tarantino, P.T. Anderson, Scorsese. I feel like when I include Scorsese in the conversation, like he's not generally like looked at that way, but when you
Mhm.
think about his films, like we they often have multiple characters and we spend time with them separately. So even though they're like not on anthologies and they're not like considered like intersecting storylines because there is like there is the through line of his stories. I do love how like in Casino like we're spending time with different people like
Yeah.
so much so that we've got different voiceover narration. The Departed is the same way. Goodfellas. It's like we spend time with these different characters on these different in their different aspects of the stories. And the same thing, like Boogie Nights. My God, like I can't tell you how many times I've seen Boogie Nights. Coen Brothers, Fargo, Big Lebowski were like the two that like got me into them that I fucking just love and watched them so many times. And that's around the same time as Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. So like these films. Obviously Departed was a little bit later, but Goodfellas and Casino from Scorsese, like these films like early on
Yeah.
just like invaded my brain. And I loved that aspect. I love that aspect of having all these different characters and um having the desire and having the desire to spend time with and enjoying spending time with these different characters, no matter what they're doing, and having moments where they're just shooting the shit or talking about certain things while they're in their zone. Aspects like that, like I just really connected with, and I'm drawn to that, and it. So when I'm writing my film, I just kind of gravitate towards wanting to be kind of in that world of conversation, I guess.
It's funny that you mentioned like the conversations, especially because that was one of my notes, was like that the conversations, they felt very human.
Oh,
And
cool.
like almost like a Kevin Smith, but
Oh,
like
you know,
but
you
more
know what?
real.
I left him off because the conversation started when we were talking about like multiple characters
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and storylines like that. But yes, Kevin's like Clerks and Mallrats
yeah.
are two films as well that are part of that that block of films that like really influenced me. So yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But your characters are so different, but at the same time they did feel so real, so I really appreciated that. From a viewer's perspective, like it's like sometimes these characters are written in a way that they all have to be cool, or they all have to like uh it just felt like very easy for you in a way. And I know that's not the case, but um the film does a really good job of balancing that horror, the humor, the satire. How did you strike that right tone, so the film is frightening, but entertainingly bonkers, as you've said. Which so I really just, I'm kind of curious as to like your process, and then how you found that tone, because I think in other hands this could have been shitty.
Oh wow. Well, thanks, man. That's I appreciate that. How did I find that tone? Oh, fuck, man. Luck. I guess just like, just the hope and desire to instill what I like and what has influenced me. And to yeah, just like the hope that I can interpret it in my own way, put it into my own voice and hopefully pull it off,
Yeah.
So it's very nice hearing that. I really appreciate that. Like I don't know if someone knows. I can only speak for myself and say I didn't know. It's like it's like here's what I want. Here's what I think will be achieved. I guess like sometimes I guess I'm not going to totally say I didn't know because there's definitely plenty of moments of being very confident of like, no, this will work. No, they'll get it. No, blah blah. But then there's other stuff of like, I hope they get it. I hope it works. And yeah, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'd say especially with like tension and things of that sort. Like it's challenging. Like there are there are horror or suspense or thriller directors that deserve lots of kudos because um, creating and capturing fear and tension is no easy task.
Yeah.
And I hope I did it at a fraction of the level that some of the greats have done it. And I hope there are at least like a few moments that like that convey that. It is a skill that the people that I look up to are so talented and so good at it, and I hope to be that good one day, and I hope that with this, I hope I was uh, solid enough and effective. Um,
You know what
uh,
I mean, though,
yeah.
right? Like when you're watching a film and like the dialogue, you're like, no one says that. Like that's like it takes you
Oh
out
fuck,
of it.
man! Are we only talking about dialogue here? I thought we were also talking about the other aspects. I'm so
Well, no,
sorry.
no, no, that's
I
fine
got-
too. Like I'm just
Um,
saying, like but that
but
stuff
yes,
takes me out of a film. And
yeah. No, no, go on.
no, that's it. And like
Okay, yeah, yeah.
with this film, it was almost like like for instance, okay, I'm from Houston and Texas Tim, he drops the Sugarland like reference, and I'm like, it just felt so real. Like no one
Cool.
mentions Sugarland, you know what I mean? Like that's
Cool, cool, right on. Yeah, well, for stuff like that, like yeah, it's really important for me to have people to have characters try like as much as there is a fun heightenedness to the dialogue, it's still like grounded in like real conversation.
yeah,
And that's really important to me because I like spending time with characters, and you're not going to want to spend time with the character if the way that they talk is very inauthentic or uninteresting. Yeah, I like having fun with dialogue and having fun with characters and things of that sort. But I also I put a lot of thought and attention into trying to make it feel genuine and authentic. So like yeah, with Texas, like I when I was writing Texas Tim, I spent time like researching like people from Texas and stuff of that sort because I wanted to get some real Texas lingo and or like references in there to try and just make him feel real.
yeah, you did a really good job. Yeah.
Right on. That's
Another
cool.
character I really dug was like Duke, particularly provocative character, weaponizing technology for revenge. How did you approach writing him so he feels both reckless as well as believable?
Yeah, how did I approach that? I just had fun with him, man. I don't know if I can really answer that beyond just I had fun with him. I really enjoyed him. And Aaron Holiday does such a fucking incredible job with that role. When I wrote it, I did not have a particular person in mind. I wrote it with the hopes of being able to find someone who could live up to it. And when Aaron joined the conversation, it was like, and I'm not being facetious here. I'm not saying this just to fucking, boost his ego or to have like some anecdote or whatnot. Like the moment he entered the conversation, I knew him from Cocaine Bear, and immediately I was just like, oh shit, like he has to be Duke. Like he is my Duke. I have to convince him to do this. I have to convince him to trust me. And then we went to lunch at a I forget what it's called now, but it used to be Cafe 101. And yeah, I did I did my best to be all, hey man, like I want you to trust me to make this film, and I really need it. It's you. It is you. Like this will be you're gonna kill this. And man, did he fucking step up. Like he did such a great job. And yeah, I've gone on a tangent beyond answering your question, but yeah, man, I just had fun like with that role and writing his dialogue. That was some of the most fun that I got to have, and I'm so glad that Aaron brought that to life, and he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. That's why I had to kind of give him that little bit of a shout out there.
Right
You know,
on.
another kind of Coen Brothers connection here is that you raised this budget independently with support of family and friends, which
Yeah.
kudos to you. That's
Oh, thanks, man. That was tough.
yeah, I can imagine. How did that do-it-yourself approach, shape the spirit on the set?
Um, Man, I would say as far as like the dedication that you see on screen from the cast, obviously the dedication from the crew to make that happen. I think that I think that everyone who came on was very passionate about helping to make this happen, knowing how much I had invested into it. And I think that as far as the cast goes, like their dedication to the characters and their performances and their roles, I feel like they went above and beyond to really be to embrace it and be so authentic and have fun with it and be so real with it. And I think a lot of that passion came from them wanting to give to this small little engine that could. So and yeah, I couldn't be happier with what they did with it. Like there's definitely certain standout moments that the dedication to the performance, like you can really like see like, and it was so important to me. Something that's really important to me is that when there is something bad that happens, um it's important to me that the other characters react realistically. They respond in a way that someone should respond if you just saw someone get killed, or if and any traumatizing experience like that. It was really important to me that people react accordingly, and I was very stoked to see them do so on such a great level.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The one part that you're leaving out though is that you shot part of this film in your home and your neighborhood, and I it
Thank you,
was
neighbors.
yeah, and yeah, I think that turning personal spaces into the House of Bento. Um, I think it was an interview. You said you wouldn't recommend doing that, if you're working on like your own project. Has things changed? Like looking back, does that help with the intimacy or the authenticity of the project?
Okay. Remind me what I said. I said I wouldn't recommend that.
You wouldn't recommend like staging one of the key moments or key scenes at your own house because there was like moments where people would show up overzealous.
Oh, oh yes, man. I mean, it's like it's not ideal. No, I wouldn't recommend it. But when you're doing an indie film, you got,
Got to
you got
do it.
to do what you got to do. But yes, like shooting in my home, and oh, and and this kind of circles back to your previous question about like people's like passion, or I forget how you worded it, but how people approach the project, knowing that like knowing how personal it was and how much I
Yeah.
had in it. This totally speaks to that because we're shooting in my home. Call time is like, let's say, I don't know, let's say call time is like 6 a.m. And so I'm sleeping in my bedroom, which is also like acting as like either a casting a cast holding room, or on a different day it was like a production room, or a little production office or whatnot. Let's say call time 6 a.m. and I had crew members that fucking like I really really appreciate it, but like that were so like on top of it and enthusiastic. They're showing up early to set and like I'm asleep and like and people are not, it's like I mean granted I still shouldn't have been asleep at like 5:30 because it's like we have to get ready, and I'm fairly certain on that day I had to skip a shower because I woke up like super late and just had to rock and roll. But yeah, I got woken up by crew just knocking on the door being like, hey, we're here. I'm like, oh my God, okay. I just looked at a watch that doesn't exist on my wrist. But yeah, so that was awesome. But also very weird. To Very weird to just like wake up and be like, all right, we're on
Time to
set.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. And just to be woken up by like your sound guy, like Jeff Pace. My buddy Jeff, like he's worked with me since my early days of music videos, and he was my sound guy on this. Like he was doing double duty of boom operator and mixing on set and whatnot. And yeah, I mean there definitely was at least one morning that he woke me up, and I was like, all right, man, I appreciate the enthusiasm. So I'm like brushing my teeth. I remember like I'm like brushing my teeth and shit like while like other crew are like walking in like, hey, morning, hey, all right, cool, go back there and set up, yeah, whatever. It's kind of fun, but yeah, it's like not ideal, but there's also something kind of special about it, and very cool, like to just say that to know that like these people are to know that the crew is was so on board, like that was really cool. That actually means a lot.
Well, yeah, it definitely shows with the film. And to cap off, man, I just wanted to thank you for your time. This was a fantastic, a pleasant surprise. And I'm looking forward to any other projects that you have your hands in. I'm kind of digging into you. There, you worked on the score. You like the film or the music at the end.
Yeah.
That was you like the
Yeah,
creation of your
that
band.
yeah. So that's with me and Sean Wing, my buddy
Yep.
Sean Wing, who plays Charlie. So we composed the score, and then we started a band and made a song for the end credits, and maybe one day we'll make some other songs and play a show or something. Who knows? But like it was a very fun creative process, and while we were I didn't like yeah, like just I wasn't able to get the song that like my dream song for the end. And so then it was just like I I couldn't imagine what other song it was. And also I feel like we were kind of like down to the wire, and I kind of exhausted like searching and all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, Sean, let's just fucking make a song. Let's do this. Let's start a band. I think it would be fun. It would be fun, to do like to have this lead into that. Have this film kind of be like a platform for us to expand our creativity on other levels. So that it was cool to I kind of cornered him as my friend. I was like, okay, so I wrote this role for you. You're going to be in it. And by the way, we're going to do the score. Because he had like done the score like once for one other project. And he was like, I don't know, man. I'm like, yeah, we'll do it. It's all good. I believe in you. We'll pull this off. And so that was a really fun experience, being able to do that with my friend. And yeah. Good times, good
Yeah,
times.
for what it's worth, those the score, the ending song, obviously the film, those all stood out to me. So here, Chris, here at CineDump, we let the doers know how they're doing. Man, you're doing just fine. You wear every hat, it seems like, and you've definitely won me over as a fan. So thank you so much.
Dude, thank you. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. And an excellent VHS collection you got there behind you. I used to work one of my first jobs. I worked at Blockbuster Video, and so I mean I had tons of VHS, and I stupidly got rid of almost the majority of them. So I'm actually jealous of seeing your collection back there.
Well, if you're ever in Houston, man, give me a shout. We can go hunting for some VHS and
Nice.